Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, first of all, a few things to say before we get to these actual power systems. Yes, the power systems are back. First of all, I need to say two things. Number one, I am still a little heartbroken over the breakup, and still a little broken up. But I've gotten pretty used to the pain, so I am a little happy nowadays, but still a little sad. This for you guys to know some status update about me. Number two, I want to say this: I kind of need to get back on this power system stuff. I want to take a good break because you guys have just been getting Ben 10 power systems for like the last few months. So I was just like, okay, we're gonna give you guys a break. But we need to get back because I kind of stopped doing the other power system drawing because I was getting really close to the ending of it. That was bad because um if I did that, I don't want to make another video every single second being like, oh yeah, we're doing another power system. Like, this power system's already done, already got those two power systems, but you're not going to get those yet. So I took a little pause. Saying that, we have the abilities, the creatures. These are Ben 10 power systems. I hope you guys love this video. Also, if you guys haven't checked, on my YouTube channel, Crimson Thunder, this is for the people on TikTok, Crimson Thunder, that is my username, hashtag Crimson Thunder. Please check out my YouTube channel. On there is a video that I do not have on any playlist, but it is there, where I am talking about different things I would use as a power system. And I'm going to be checking out that video when I get done with the power system that I was currently on before, I had to stop. So, in other words, hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to it. So, say hello to this guy. Obviously, I didn't have my phone read the name. I don't really give a shit, not gonna lie. But you guys can see the name. Now, obviously, one of the powers is to basically harden and strengthening his body and other objects around him. I'm assuming that's the reason why the skeleton has this type of silicone body. Also telekinesis. And when I was thinking of a skull, I was thinking, I could do a redraw of this. And so I thought to redraw an old team of mine. Well, old villain team that I definitely love having them in my universe. So let's get to it. Alright, so this here is my technically supervillain, Skull. Skull is actually a very known supervillain in my universe, well, known to whoever I told the story to. And we will probably get to another dialogue of the story between Skull and his brother, who we will also get to, since I did redraw him, because they're a brother team. You can't redraw one and not do the other. So obviously, Skull's abilities was that he was able to enhance his bones and manipulate them, moving them out of his body and using them as weapons. But then, after an accident, his body's evolved and enhanced, turning his body into the bones, moving his bones out of his body with physical structure, bone and whatever, turning his body into bones. Now, with him having hardened, he now has the ability to harden his bones, harden his body, and basically be indestructible, also able to harden other objects as too, and people. In telekinesis, he basically uses this to move things around and also just to make pillars to run up at people. He can also use it to use rocks and abilities to turn his hands into a way more strong, durable fist, like making a giant walk boulder. And we have to get to his brother Stain. That's right, Skull and Stain. And by the way, that is their superhero. That is their villain name, Skull and Stain. Stain was a person who could turn himself into complete plasma, turn himself into a red ball of ooze, or icky ooze that can now burn things, because when he was affected by the accident that evolved his powers, he was able to turn his body into acid. Also hardened his powers, but it involved him not having a physical body anymore. And this would be a giant story where Crimson Thunder does try to find the cure for them, and he does figure it out. So Stain does have a somewhat physical body. He's just now able to choose to turn his body into the blood thing. Also, he's able to now morph his body and change his body a little bit. Kind of like shape-shifting, but only into people and maybe animal parts. But yeah. Now, I know you guys can't read the abilities for this creature or this Ben 10 alien. I know. I literally just got my phone to read half of it because I did not want to read all of them again. I remember how tiring it was. But this thing basically has every single form of energy creation, energy powers, lightning powers, including has something called imagination creation. So basically, it could make anything from his imagination. And that means that what do you add with someone who has every single energy based power? Is known to man. And I'll tell you. Say hello to a female superhero, also a god. Well, a person who has godlike powers. Name, and her name will be Internal Hall. Internal Hall means overhaul, as in a whole bunch of powers. Because again, she has so many powers. So what do? I was baffling about this, and I was like, oh my god, what do I do? This is so much. She has so much creation powers and weapon-based abilities and energy-based abilities and other stuff. I'm like, what do I do? What the fuck do I do? I'm like, oh my god. And so what I had to do was this. I had to give this person uh, another ability that I don't remember it being on there, and that is multiverse reality change power. So now this person has the power to multiverse and change the aspects of reality itself. But her and another god who I said that also kind of locked their powers in until the day their powers will be useful. That is because that's going to be for an arc that I haven't even made yet. Because again, they're too overpowered. So saying that they kind of lock their powers because they learned that there's some dark entity they're going to need their powers later. So to basically lock their power and lock their memories of their powers until that day happens, it's just me saying they're gods. But until this day happens, they're not gonna know they're gods. That's how I work plot. Okay, so this one was actually doable in a Giant and Compton way. If you and by the way, this thing has more abilities. Again, you guys can freeze, pause it, and look at all the abilities. If you guys are wondering where a few of them are, I had to give Google search to read them too. So let me just explain a few of three powers that I saw that this thing has, other than manipulating and controlling water. There is manipulating products that shouldn't be in water, so like toxins and other things. It's able to manipulate that, so that's interesting. It's able to manipulate body heat and other things. So basically, that means it's able to summon fire and summon like blue flames or even regular flames, controlling the heat of water itself into fire. That's okay. And the ability to manipulate and control metal. Let's get to this power. Say hello to Aqua Force. Aqua as in water, force because this thing is literally shouldn't be a force of nature. So what do you add into this? Well, the thing I added in that was not in any of its abilities, I gave him the power to breathe underwater and to swim very fast and to make whirlpools. And even though he has water manipulation, I am just officially saying that he's able to create living water entities. So that means water that's alive, and he's creating them and giving them life. I give him this power to another person in my universe, but I don't know what other abilities to give him. He has a giant abundance. Another thing I'm giving him is the power to make metal living constructs too. Since he's able to manipulate metal and fire, I'm giving him the power to manipulate fire, water, and metal in turn and make living creatures out of it. Why not? Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be prepared for the next power system because that will be one video for the different characters because these are characters that I've been dying to show you guys for the longest of times. So trust me when I say it's going to be worth it. See you guys later. Crimson Thunder.